Hello guys, let us see how we can do vector animation in Krita. Some of us might already know that vector animation is not a thing on Krita yet, so how to find a loophole to that is what we will see today. To do that, let us first create a new file. I go to create new, I go to custom document, select the properties as 1920 1080, create. I'll create two spaces. The first space will be for animation. So let me change the workspace into animation. And let me create another space now. Create new. Go to custom document, same properties, save. Now this will be for drawing frames. I will use the first space for animation, second space for drawing. So I change the workspace into big paint. Now you can see that big paint has come. I will go to create a vector layer because that is what we are doing today, vector animation. So create a vector layer. Now I want to draw a stick man over here falling from the sky to the ground. So let me first go to the shape of a circle and let me draw the stick man's head. Okay, I do not like this color, so let me go change it. I go to the selection tool, select the circle, go to the tool options in the bottom over here and go to the line, and I change the color of the line by clicking on the solid and change the color of the line, so let's say dark blue. I want to change the color of the outline also, or the inside. Oops, sorry. I want to change the fill in color, so I go to black over here. You can see that it is done. The thickness is too high, so I don't want this thickness, but I can't adjust it now since it's a vector in Krita. I have to create a new file for that. So let me go to circle now. Your settings have been saved. Now I adjust the thickness over here and I create the circle. Okay, that looks nice. Alright, I don't want the head to be this big. So what I'm going to do is go to the selection tool. Let's say, yeah, over here, and let me select this and make it smaller. Okay, done. Let me make the body of the stickman. Let me give a little bit thickness to that, and let me do this. The hands over here can be done like this. Let me connect it one by one. That's the left hand, and here's the right hand. Okay, I need the bone to be bigger over here, so I extend the size. And then let's go for the legs. Right, left, and join over here and over there. Okay, our basic shape of the stickman is ready. Now I don't want this to be moving individually at present because the stickman is going to fall from the sky. So what I will do is I will try to group them together so that it is as a one piece. So I try to select them using selection tool, right click over there, and then I can create group. Now it is grouped. Now I can move it as a whole. So let me move it outside of the frame because it's the first frame I want. Here like this. Okay, that should be enough. Now what I will do is, this is our first frame, so I have to save it using save as, and then let me name it as, let's say, stickman 1, and then save in JPEG format. And that's the first frame. You can select the quality over here to 100% if you want and change this, let's say 63%, and give OK over here. The first frame is done. We will continue to move the frame now. Let's say I move him down one bit and then continue the same process. Okay, so that completes the first 5 frames of him falling down. Now let's say that he's falling on the ground, so I want to make impact. For that, let me select the line tool over here. Let me select the impact color by going to the color palette and red. Let me draw 3 lines over here as the impact for him, and over here too. Okay, similarly I am going to now save this as the next frame. Now let me make his body move, because that is the advantage of vector. We are seeing how we can do vector animation. So let me select the whole body now again, and let me ungroup them, because I want individual parts to move. Now I would want the legs to move, but I wouldn't want the top portion to move. So I am going to group these again. So let me select them by pressing Shift. The parts are selected, and right click again and group them together. Now they are as one. Let me adjust the legs now. I can use two tools. One is the pivot tool and one is the move tool. Accordingly, the way you want, you can use it. This is the pivot tool. So by one reference point, I can move the point like this without moving the other point. I will adjust the legs length like this. I am 2 weeks into Krita, so I apologize for the quality of the animation that you are seeing, but the principle of how to do it using vector is what we are focusing on. Alright, so using the pivot tool, adjusting the length, and to move this part which is on the top, I will have to go to the selection tool, the first one. Okay, not that, yeah, and move it behind down, and that completes the next frame. So I'm going to save this again by, okay, I missed moving these parts because the impact has to move a bit. So let me zoom in and select these. Okay, I'm not able to select, it's a bit tricky. Okay, I think I'll get it by zooming. Alright, okay, that should be fine. Now I move it down. Okay, so that's the first lines. Similarly we do for the other one also. Alright, so let's save the last frame. Save as and give the name, and that is it for the last frame. So as I mentioned, now we go to the animation frame. We go to workspace, let's say go to animation space, and you can see over here these are the timeline. Let me select the frame rate. I do not want the frame rate to be about 24. Let me do it as 16. Alright, so what will I do now is I will import the photos or the frames that we created. So I go to File, Import Animations, Frames, and then click on Add Images. Select the images that you created just now. I've noted them as 1, 2, 3, 4 so that I can have an order to those. Here you can see that it needs a numerical order or an alphabetical order. Oops. Okay, go back, click on OK. Now automatically these will be added with frames. You can see that it has been added. You can select individual frames to check your drawings, and if you want to play them, you will click on play over here on the top, and it should be done. Thank you.